Tabata, I saw you were there, or Mauricio, Pierina, are you there?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
I just turned on my camera so you can meet me. I'm Pierina Toche. I joined CMO team in Peru since the beginning of this month. Thanks for sharing all your best practices. Today, Mauricio will present our MX initiatives, and Adriana will share our HA and VD best practices. Thank you. Mau?
Okay. Apologies for the technical issues here. I was saying I'm going to try to make it quick, and we're past the time. So I'm going to present you a couple of slides of the initiatives that we are presenting here in Peru. Quick. So one of the most important topics that we've been discussing throughout these last 2 years was Galaxy AI. I think it's one of the most, or the most important initiative uh, for MX. So we have developed a couple of initiatives. One of them is the workshops. So what we did here in summary is that we got together with the partner that we have at the SES stores, which is from, and then through Samsung members, we encouraged the participation of Samsung users that actually wanted to learn a little bit more about the devices and the AI features that comes with it. So for this matter, we used Philip. He's an influencer that maybe some of you already know, and he's been working with us for a few years now. And he actually gave this workshop for people. So we had more than 230 people attending, and we aim to have at least one workshop per half. One of the other initiatives that we used targeting Galaxy AI was the Galaxy Game Night. This initiative was developed basically on Q3. And what we did here is to have this type of live streams with Galaxy team members to showcase some of the features and also to encourage the sales of the products that were already launched. Like initially, the first Galaxy Night that we did was for the Z Fold, the foldable series, and the second one was for S25 FE. So the dynamic here is to gamify the experience of the live stream. So we use some tests that the contestants, which are part of the Galaxy team, need to solve to gain some points. And at the end of the night, we will give the prize to the winner. And we encourage also the participation from the audiences. And luckily, this initiative has been well received. We got around 10,000 people simultaneous views across the platforms, and around 5 to 10 minutes average time viewing, which is bigger than the usual live streams. And we got some unit sales as well, even though these are more of an upper funnel initiative. So moving forward, the Galaxy A Lab was also part of the Galaxy AI objective or goal throughout this year. Actually, Galaxy A Lab was an activation that we did throughout two big and very important malls. And with this activation, it was themed as a laboratory, actually, and the personnel attending there were showcasing some of the main features of the foldables and the S25 FE. It was part of the foldable sustain campaign, and it also matched the launching of the S25 FE. So people could actually go through these modules, which were four, and then receive the information, and completing the module they will get like a ticket, and if you get all the seals on your ticket, you will participate in a raffle for an S25 FE. So this activity actually lasted for around a month, 2 weeks per each mall, and it was very well received. This was also a way to educate people who are actually interested in their features from Galaxy AI. One of the other things that we were pushing was the partnerships. So this year we tried to, as many of you guys were trying to close some partnership with important brands around the world. Actually, this time we partnered up with our friends from Red Bull, and we carry out the Tetris national finals. This was an event that lasted for a few weeks, and it ended up with a big event for partners and also for influencers and people related to both brands, both Samsung and Red Bull. We've been working with Red Bull for quite a few years now, and this type of initiative gave us a lot of exposure, and we were able to showcase some of our features as well. So I have a really, really quick video here just to showcase a little bit of this. I'm not sure if you're listening to the sound, but so just a recap. So there was around 900 people invited there, and we have an experience area where we use the sketch to image to create tattoos for people, and a professional tattoo artist will make a temporary tattoo on your skin with a Galaxy theme image. Okay, so moving forward, one of the most important, or one of the most important projects that we have every year is to select and create content with our Galaxy team. So I understand some of you in your subsidiaries also have an amount of people participating in the Galaxy team. So what we do each year is to select this type of profiles who are more related or have a better affinity to the brand. And then for this time, for example, we create a meetup with them. And this is possible here because everything is very centralized in Lima. So most of these people actually live in Lima. And we were able to gather all together and spend a nice evening where we encourage them to create some content and meet with the Samsung executives that actually are participating in this project. So even though we didn't pay them to attend, we got almost 90% of them, and we got some social media results, and it was also distributed through social media from Samsung. One of the other initiatives that we have with our influencers is to produce local videos. So instead of them just posting their stories or reels, we try to allocate some funds to create some interesting videos that showcase the products in a different way using these profiles. So there's a little bit of an example that we did here with a very well-known chef. These are quite simple productions. They are not very expensive, and they showcase the Team Galaxy members in a different way. Moving forward, okay. Uh, in terms of media, and to generate as much buzz as we can, we try to implement some disruptive elements. In this case, we opted for one of the Lima trains actually traveled throughout the city. So we branded the whole train with the Samsung Galaxy S25 series, and throughout a month. And through this activity, we gained some articles as well, some discussions in social media from people who actually participated. Part of the activation was also to provide people who were participating in this experience with cards branded with the Samsung logo. So whenever you take the train, you have to use the card. So we gave away around 1,500 of these cards, and we create different PR articles as well to showcase this type of initiative, and it was very well received as well. As well, we use TV. This is according to the preliminary bus results from this year and from previous year. TV is still here in Peru one of the main media consumed by the people. So we try to be present in one of the most important TV shows that are showcased during prime time. In this case, there was a new soap opera. We got a sponsorship there, and the idea here was to showcase the products and especially the foldables. And we got some TV spots as well, and tailored capsules where the actors and actresses were showcasing the products and the features, and some in-show activations as well, which is basically product placements. So this was a big novel, a big soap opera, I'm sorry, and we had the participation there for this year. One of the things that you guys have been sharing as well is this type of out-of-the-box initiative. This year we have a couple of things that we did. The first one, maybe you heard this already, was the escape room, which was called Galaxy AI Zona Zero. This was also an activity part of the Sustain campaign for S25 series. We presented this escape room in one of the biggest and most important malls. It was around 100 square meters. And the idea here was to have groups of around 7 people participating, where we provided the S25 cell phones to them to solve the puzzles and try to escape the room before the zombies got inside. So it lasted around 6 weeks. We actually extended it for 2 more weeks because there were huge lines. People actually went to participate. It was completely free. Even though it was an upper funnel activity, we also have a special place section of the activity to dedicate to sales. So we have our partner here, Rom, selling some of the products that were showcased in the experience. We did some PR as well as part of the strategy, and also we invited some of the influencers and media to generate content and participate. This activation was very unique, and it generated a lot of social media coverage. There's a really small video describing it. The people who are showcased here is part of the Team Galaxy. We trying to increase the reach of the video. So moving forward really quick, one of the other strategic collaborations that we had this year was a collaboration that we did with Gloria. Gloria is a dairy company, is probably the top of mind company for Peruvian consumers here. It's very well respected. Everyone grew and remember, some Gloria products in their houses when they were a child. They sell milk and other dairy products. So the idea here was to work something together with a company which was 100% Peruvian and well respected, well positioned. And this was like nobody's expected this type of collaboration. So what we did here is to create these flip suitcases with these NFC chips. But you put it in the back and you get like a special different video on the screen of in this case, of the C Flip 7. And we worked together with them to develop the product. It was created in Suwon, actually, in Korea. It was shipped to Peru, and then it sold throughout our stores, physical stores, and also on Samsung.com. Even though it was a product that we imported, the idea here was to create as much buzz and relevance for two of the most iconic brands locally to work together to create a product that nobody was expecting. So in terms of communication, we created a couple of press releases, but we got an interesting coverage, especially in social media. Gloria as well participated, and they dedicated some efforts and resources to communicate this collaboration. And we run the advertisement through social media and also in digital OH on the street. And it was very well received because it was something different, nobody was expecting. And this opens up the door for us to create this type of strategic partnerships and collaborations with different brands to create products that may be interesting for them. Moving forward, one of the things that we wanted to have this year is to create different approach to communicating, in this case, the S25 series. So we found an opportunity here by creating a soap opera, a short form drama, targeting specifically Gen Z audiences. So it was called Reiniciando el Amor, or Restarting Love. This soap opera followed an entertaining and catching narrative. We developed the script in-house together with Chael, and we wanted to explain and showcase a specific Galaxy AI feature in which of the chapters. So it was just 5 episodes. We had like more than 25 million views, 126K interactions, and more than 8% of engagement rate. It also generated some articles and social media content. And I think it was a milestone for us to create something that was never created here, at least in Peru, for a technological brand. But it seems that competitors are also catching up, and Xiaomi just released a copycat of this a couple of weeks ago. But everything was shot here with the S25, and they're also doing the same with their phone. So we are planning for next year to do something similar, maybe changing and using the feedback to create something to implement some, how can I say this, mejoras, the improvements, I'm sorry. And finally, here, for the last couple of years, we've been working with local content creators at Chael. So these are Samsung content creators, basically. And what we do here is to use them to create engaging and trending contents that we can share throughout social media. So part of their job is to be on social media and be very receptive of the trends and try to capitalize on them and use in our favor. There's a couple of videos, maybe you'll see this, but these videos were very popular a few months ago, and
Ballerina Cappuccina camminava tristemente nella foresta. Era il giorno del suo compleanno, il giorno della terra, e c'erano rifiuti ovunque. Tralalero tralalà si era incastrato.
We're also creating content related to the features, and these type of videos are very well received. The engagement rate is usually more than 2 digits, and views are also very high, and they're not expensive to create because we have these people in-house, basically. And to finalize, some of the suggestions. I'm going to go through this very quick. In terms of the global marketing strategy, I think it is important, and I think someone else mentioned this, to develop communication material for non-flagship products, which targets the base of the pyramid of our consumers, right? So I think Q3 here was a crazy time. We have like more than 10 GTMs running at the same time, and many products that we didn't have much materials to share or that came directly from Suwon. So I think it will be interesting to dedicate some time and resources to create more communication material for this type of products that, as I said, are non-flagships. Also, I think it will be interesting to try to expand this collaboration with other companies. So maybe it would be a good idea to explore the possibility of closing more partnerships and collaborations deals with premium brands worldwide that we in Latin America could benefit from when developing campaigns. So let's say I think last year we have a partnership with Red Bull locally, but I think it was a regional deal that it helped us to create more buzz and use this type of deal locally as well. And also, I think it will be important to create or develop more consumer studies regionally, so we can get some data more frequently, like we could use to run our campaigns, marketing campaigns or advertisement campaigns as well. It's very important for us to use this type of data so we are sure that we are investing to the right audiences. And finally, I think it's important that we get the assets, basically the KVs and all the multimedia assets that Suwon develops on time, so we can get it maybe in advance. We can prepare the localization for this. I think in terms of OH, I would like to request more impactful options. I think we are very straightforward with OH, just the regular flagship visual, but I think that it could be nice if we could implement more impactful options that could be fit for digital screens or even static panels, I'm sorry. The allocation for marketing samples in case of MX for us is difficult to allocate more. The year-to-year increase is very low, so what we are trying to do is to get more samples each year, but it will be interesting if we could actually ask the right amount of number of samples that we need for this year. We were observed by Suwon. We actually did this year, so this is the reason I mentioned this. In terms of Company A disrupting content, I think it will be interesting to have more clarification of what we can do and we cannot. I understand there were some concerns this year regarding what we can or we cannot do, or the approach that we should do for this type of campaigns. So if we can get a better clarification of the do's and don'ts, will be nice. And finally, I think the seasonality planning and materials should be developed a little bit more in advance. Right now we are running with Christmas and all the seasonalities by the end of the year, including Black Friday next week. But I think it could be beneficial for us if we could get these materials with a little bit more time. So this is it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you, team from Sepr. Due to the time, let me just give you just one ask, guys. All the presentations were amazing, and I know that we didn't receive all of them yet, so if you can share that with us, it would be great, not only for us to better study, but also to share among all of you, as I think, as you were mentioning during the presentations, I believe you want to also do some rollouts in the different countries. And lastly, but I also would like to present this here for LATAM leadership to HS during our meetings. It would be amazing to share all these good results and all these best practices that you did during 2025. Due to the time, guys, let's have a 10 minutes break. So it's now